A major milestone has been reached on what is now the second tallest structure in Detroit. The final steel beam has been put into place at the Hudson site, signaling a new phase of the build-out getting underway. Rod Maloney live on this story for us tonight. Rod, this has been a long time coming.
How about, say, 26 years, Devin? I mean, that's a heck of a long time, and we're going to show you the building now, and it's 49 stories tall. During the day today, there was so much cloudiness and fog, you couldn't see the top of the building. Now we can, and you get to see it's 49 stories and realize, wow, what a long, strange trip this has been. Generations grew up with the J.L. Hudson building's massive swath across the skyline. Its history even larger than that. But on October 24th, 1998, they spent $12 million to demolish it. Now, they're spending more than $1.2 billion in 2024 to build the new Hudson's Tower. Dan Gilbert's Bedrock Company gave us this video of Gilbert himself signing the top final beam and the traditional tree-topping ceremony, with the last beam getting set into place by steel-nerved steeplejacks. Detroit Chamber CEO Sandy Barua calls Gilbert's billion-dollar bet on the city significant.
You know, all throughout COVID, all throughout that period of time where the Hudson site laid fallow, so many people questioned, was this going to happen? But here it is.
Now, originally, Gilbert wanted to eclipse the RenCen in height, but had to scale it back, and now will stand as the city's second tallest building at 685.5 feet, just 5 stories shorter than the RenCen.
Scaling it back a little bit made all the sense in the world, but hey, let's not forget, this is a big you-know-what building.
Office space, housing, retail, really good restaurants, all the things Gilbert says he remembers from his childhood and wanted to bring back are now on their way.
This is changing the Detroit skyline, and it's a symbol of kind of, you know, just how much we're progressing, how much the city is changing in a positive way. But what it also shows is it shows that investment in Detroit is real. And Barua says never bet against Dan Gilbert when he sets his mind to something. And so we got 49 stories. Also an office block that just spans down the street all the way to the other end here. And it is impressive, no doubt about it. And we're glad to be able to see it now. We had Drone 4 up earlier. Couldn't get a better picture, but you get the idea. Back to you.
It's really something. And Rod, you and I both remember the day they demolished the Hudson's building. Did you ever think we'd see this day with the hole filled in this way?
Devin, I was in the helicopter, okay? The dust came up to where we were, right. And if you recall, when they knocked it down, that section of the people mover was destroyed. They had to shut the people mover down for over a year to get that fixed. And at the time, there wasn't even a thought in anybody's mind, maybe even Dan Gilbert's, that they'd refill that hole, but here we are.
Isn't that something? Yeah. All right, Rod, great stuff.